Well, hi Libra, this is Tara and welcome to your mid-February through mid-March Psychic Tarot forecast. And thank you so much for joining me. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to try to get this video out to you in time for Valentine's. And again, I appreciate your watching, subscribing. So please remember to subscribe if you haven't. I'm so grateful to those of you who have. Thank you. You know, I'm looking at the crystal from my viewpoint. And before I even start to pull the cards, but I was getting a couple things. You all for the next month, from this mid-month till the middle of March, you're going to be showing a lot of different faces. So meaning social faces, like you'll be meeting with other people. You may have groups or events, other people that you need to communicate with. Faces as far as maybe private, maybe you're or impersonal, maybe you're dating, and or maybe you are in a relationship, and that feels like another aspect, of course, of your life, which it is, and then possibly spiritual and or any other type of face. But I was getting like I was seeing so many different faces, like, you know, you're here, then you're there, then you have to do this, and you have to do that. And then the other thing I saw was like a rocket coming out of that. So I feel like by the time March starts that you all are going to feel like, okay, I'm ready to take off. You're ready to go. Let's see how the end of February looks to you. But that was the visual I got, was that you're ready to take off. Okay, so the first two cards will be, well, this guy has been wanting to come out quite a bit. Okay. All right. Well, for both you and Virgo, the cards are ready to talk today. And that is always a good sign. This one came out up, face up. The Hierophant card. And the Page of Wands. Okay. Well, yeah, let's talk about this. Interesting. So the Hierophant card is a Major Arcana card, number 5. And this is about learning. This can mean school, education. It can mean spiritual understanding, authorities, learning from law enforcement. It can mean law enforcement. It can mean priest. It means a higher authority in learning. If you think about the Major Arcana, right? It starts with 0, and 0 is the Fool. He's a child who's sort of like, I'm carefree, and I'll just walk off this cliff and, you know, or stand on this cliff and nothing will happen. And then, of course, there's the Mother and the Father, the Empress, the Emperor. And anyway, you get to number 5, and there's the Hierophant, because the child now goes to school. He's learning. He's, you know, a deep and meaningful change in his life. He's starting to learn a different type of learning, for lack of a better words, than he has previously. So I feel like that's what you are doing. Some of you Libras, now remember, this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If these messages don't make sense and this is your Libra Sun, then watch your Moon and or Rising sign. But I feel like some of you all are going through a lot of personal and or private, well, same thing, and possibly professional experiences that are taking you in a specific direction that you need to go. It's divinely orchestrated. We don't always know what that's going to turn out to look like, do we? But the nice thing that comes up here is the Page of Wands. This represents a fiery passion. A page is someone who gives news, right? The young dudes, he's a young dude, so he gives us news. News is about your career. I feel like some of you are going to hear some good news towards the end of February and early part of March. I think you're going to feel more inspired. This represents the signs of Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So if any of you all have any of those people, or that's one of your rising or moon signs, then, you know, you're going to recognize this passion. And let's see, I want to feel into this person. Of course, the court cards are different for everybody. I get that this could be a child for some of you. It could be one of the fire sign children. You know, obviously a very open-mouthed, I'm closing my eyes while I'm doing this, so open-mouthed, ready to communicate, ready to spill right there on the spot. So this could represent a child, or it could be news that's coming to you about a new project. It could be you hear the news of someone that's going to have a baby, but I just feel like towards the end of February, there's a change. You're in the midst of learning, and then now there's a change for you that you hear about. I think you're going to like it, Libra. Let's look at the first 2 weeks of March. Nice, another major arcana card, and we have the High Priestess. So it's interesting, you have both the Hierophant, which is about, you know, learning structure, and then we have the High Priestess, who are both very archetypal, powerful people. She's the most psychic, intuitive woman of the deck. She represents intuition. She represents the ebb and flow of life. She represents the hidden agendas of life. And she knows how to tune into them and to see what's real, what's not, what's working, what's not. So I feel like it. And then you have the King of Pentacles for March. So this would be an earth sign. You know, and I said this at the beginning of when I was looking at the crystal, I just feel like there's so much going on for you Libras, professionally, within your own group, within your own family. There's a lot of, these are all distinct people. Now this represents a symbolism of, but as you can see, there's two distinct people. This King of Pentacles would be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And you're going to know right away who this person is for some of you. I get that feeling. Some of you, oh yeah, I know who this person is, and they are a, you know, whatever, they're a Virgo, and they've been in my life, and you'll put the comments below. For others of you, yes, you're right. You don't know this person, but they are going to have a large impact on your life. They are someone who's very practical. They're good with money. They're good with business ideas. And I feel like there's sort of a combining of efforts, if you will, with this King of Pentacles. This king feels like, let's see, let me ask, is this one who's beneficial for Libra? For most Libras? I feel like for most of you, he will be a benefit. Some of you are going to say, oh my God, that's my father and he drives me nuts, or my, you know, husband, or could be a woman. Remember, don't get fooled by the men and women that are the king or queens, because they can be man or woman. But just saying, I think most of you all are going to find this person interesting, successful. You want to emulate them. They may be a mentor, they may be a guide, they may be a compadre that you find fascinating, and you want to be like them. You may see them on not the news, but on TV, and maybe you want to emulate how they do their business, and you want to do the same, or their type of personality. They're a very grounding personality as well. So it's very interesting. You have this really psychic woman, you know, you have 6, 7 chakra stuff here, very psychic and perspective, and then you have this very grounded man, which is awesome. I mean, that's coming from, and that's more the first chakra stuff, you know, feeling financially secure, feeling safe, feeling like you have what you need. You know, he has his castle and he has his money and he's satisfied with life. Let's see what the transition card is. Well, nice, the 8 of Pentacles. So we have the 8 and the King. So for a lot of you Libras, this is going to be about your money and your work. We have the page who's about work, what you put out in life. I feel like you're going to be ready to start working hard again, or at least be motivated about what you're doing. Could be some of you haven't felt motivated recently. It could be some of you have thought, well, I don't, you know, you may want to look at the last video that I did. But just saying, some of you may feel like, what am I trying to say? Like you've been a puppet, if that makes sense. Like you've been having to go so many different directions and take care of other people and take care of your own responsibilities and take care of your house and take care of your children, take care of your animals, just this, that, and the other. I feel like some of you have been a little bit tired. So this to me, though, is inspiration. This feels inspired to me. Interesting. Let's see what the crystal has to say. All right, this is for Libra, mid-February through mid-March. Let's see if there's a totem animal that comes up. You know, earlier I saw the different faces that you'll... Well, the word apple comes to me, but the totem animal, interesting, it turned from an apple into a dove. And dove, of course, is peace. So peace and harmony, of course, that would be you, Libra, is really balancing your life so that you have that. And sometimes that means telling other people no if you're not available, or that you don't want to be available. Let's put it that way. To do something that you don't have to do for work, then you may, you know, the no may be the best answer. Any type of deception you've seen that could come out in the open, and that could help harmonize or smooth some ruffled feathers. Let's just put it that way. Let's see, anything else for Libra? Some of you will be into art, whether you enjoy painting or drawing or sculpturing and or just going to a museum. But I just feel like some of you are going to be, it just relaxes you. I want to take a deep breath. In fact, I did take a deep breath when I said that. It's just like, this feels good. This helps me relax at the end of the day or on the weekend, you know, whatever the case may be. I feel like it's relaxing to you. Okay, Libra, I feel like you have some good aspects coming up, especially going into March. For some of you, I just feel like your money's going to, or your opportunity to make money is going to be enhanced. Let me know who this King of Pentacles is. Like I said, that would be an earth sign. So put in the comments below. And I'll add up the cards. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. She is 2, so 2, 3, 5 is 8, and 8 is 16, 17. And 1 and 7 is 8, and there we go. That's, you know, it's about money. It's about abundance. It's about manifestation. Bridging the spiritual and the material together. So this would be bridging the spiritual, what you learn spiritually, and manifesting it out, right? Okay, so let's look at the 17 for the major arcana cards is the Star card. Loving that. So a star radiates or shines light, you know, when it's time to. And if you think about the Star card, it's a woman who's bending over. She's nude, but she's bending over a pond, and she has like a not a teapot, but a flowering pot, and she's pouring water into the water, and then she has another hand behind her that's doing the same, and that water's coming out as well. She has 1 foot in the water in the pond and 1 foot on a rock, and the stars are in a circular motion with one large one in the middle. So the astrological omens feel like, for some of you Libras, that they're working in your favor. I very much would look closely at your work, the type of work you're doing. You may be changing throughout this year, throughout the next 2, 3, 4 months, your perception of your work, how you're doing your work, and who you are, I want to say carousing with. I'm not sure that's the right word. Partnering with, who your clients are, who your the people that you are around at your job. You're going to be changing some of that, and I feel like I've said this before. So many, many blessings to you there in that particular mode. I'm looking here to see if, let's see, what the star card represents, what sign it represents. It may be Sagittarius, but I have a feeling that one of you all will know for sure. And of course, we can Google that. But the star card, it seems very important and apropos for this particular reading. I wish you the best, dear Libra. I think this is actually going to be an interesting month to month. I think there's some really positive things coming up here. Your intuition is going to be heightened, and you're going to be working with your income. You may be looking at your bottom line and saying, wow, there's more going out than there is in, and doing that sort of balancing thing. But I think you come up with an answer. I think you really do come up with, a lot of you, with solutions to if you're having issues. Okay, Libra, you all take care. If you'd like your own personal private reading, look in the Show More section below, and there's a link to my order page. Okay? I wish you all the best. Take care of yourselves. Be well, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.